This conflict began 24th of August 2025. And what is interesting is that this is a conflict that occurred because the chief of the area, we are told, was selling a piece of land. In fact, I was doing some research on what the size of the land is. It's just the size that can sit a container, a 14 by 14 feet container.
You don't see?
That's the report. And I don't know if there were other undercurrents before this event, and that triggered a lot of uproar and all that. And then what worsened it is that the chief's palace was burnt or supposedly set ablaze. And when that happened, then the clash began. And you had people who had guns, you know, using their guns and clubs and machetes and all that. And we lost lives. 31 people died in the process. It is in the event of the death that you had people running out of Ghana into neighboring countries like Cote d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso. So far, we are told that over 31,000 people have been displaced and have become refugees in a different country. My view, and if you ask me, is that these are the times that I believe and I want my government to be high-handed. High-handed because a crime is a crime. Lives have been lost. That's murder. You can speculate for now. Then also property is lost. That is also a crime. And that must be looked at. Our Land Act is very clear on who has the capacity to sell, to lease a land or to sell a land. I mean, call it sell in its normal sense, not in law. So when the chief decided to sell this, did he consult the elders? Because that's the law. The law says you have to consult and they have to be in agreement and you have to call for a meeting for that purpose and they have to agree before you give up the land to a developer or whatever of the sort. If that was not done, what are the remedies that can be sought in our law court? That has to be looked at. And then ECOWAS, yes, they've done their part. Ghana is also being up and very, upbeat on this matter. NADMO have been engaged so far. I know National Security has also moved in. Ministry of Defense has also moved in with the military, attachment and all that, or detachment they call it, and all that. So far, I'm told that in the last 1 week, there have not been any gunshots. There have not been any chaos, any conflict, any misunderstanding, any clashes in the last 1 week. And government is making efforts to return people to their homes. Luckily for us, not too many of the homes have been damaged. And so they can comfortably return to their hood and their homes and all that. So that's my view. But I also think that when things like this happen, it affects all of us because Savannah, remains one of the food baskets of this country, and people are primarily farmers and call it crop farming and then animal farming. You are talking about the cattle rearers and the cattle, the goats, the sheep, and a lot of them come from those regions. And then the crop farming like maize and the wheat and the sorghum and all that. Those are typically areas that they produce some of these things, and so it's worrying. So there's the economic impact as well. The economic impact is also is also there. Beyond the economic part is also the financial impact on the government. To detach a military base to that place at this moment is going to cost government of Ghana money. To look for food to feed these people is going to cost government of Ghana money. The emergency relief items like mattresses, like the tents they sleep in, like their daily upkeep. You also need an infirmary, which is like a hospital or clinic in the environment where they are and all that. All that is going to cost the government of money. And it's not, we're not talking about small monies here. We're talking about a lot of money. It takes a lot to feed people morning, afternoon, evening, providing them with shelter, and also at some point they have to even carry the kids to school and all that. So the difficulty we have on this matter is huge, and I can only entreat government, my own government, to up, the scale a little and see how we can quickly bring them back, restore peace, and let some punitive measures be meted out as quickly as possible.
Very well, Doc. Let me